strategizing. We're gonna see Dendi on the Tempest. We're definitely gonna see Puppey on the Enigma. Kuroki gonna handle his world famous Rubik. Bat Rider, it's gonna go to Funnick, and last but not least, Havos. He's been playing Alchemist all day long, hasn't he?
You really should prepare for battle.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of Alchemist. Of course, this is another game of Dota, right? It's still Dota in the end. $2 million on the table, but it's a very big game of Dota. NavI, the International 1 champions, they've attended now 3 grand finals. Can they make a second championship theirs? Can they take another home? Havos the Alp, Funnick the Bat, Kuroki on the Rubik, Dendi the TA mid, and last but not least, Puppey on the Jungle Enigma. Our first ever Game 5 at the International. On the side of the Alliance, the Kings in the North, yet to lose a series at this tournament. They've lost a few games in a row here, but they battled back to force this game. S4 on his signature puck, EGM, the EO, the Wisp, Ake the Crystal Maiden, Loda on the Chaos Knight, and they're heading to the bottom lane. Last but not least, it's Admiral Bulldog expecting to go 1v1 against the Funnick Bat, starting with a magic stick,
Wonderful
heading to
what
the top
they can
lane.
do these days.
So Loda and his team decides to go offensive trialing with the Wisp. Now Wisp generally considered very weak on the offensive trialing because he has 0 armor, but I think they're definitely on the offensive. And let's see if Havos, and of course with Kuroki's backup, whether he could handle it. Back in the mid lane, Dendi is going to have a little bit of assistance. Puppey will destroy the first creep with the mana conversion, and that should be a tiny kind of assistance there. And of course, he is going to be matched up against S4's puck. By the way, no polling here, so this is as true of a 1v1 as it possibly gets.
And nice work by Bulldog here. Send the trance to the top rune. Will deny the creep, and meanwhile, bottom lane, they're hunting Havost, but unable to pick him off. He's way off. So, aggressive tri-lane, and the reason this really could work is because NavI are running a jungle Enigma. So, at best, it's a dual lane bottom, and in fact, it won't be a dual lane bottom. Kuroki's gone top.
Get a first blood top. I don't think Admiral Bulldog was expecting this at all.
Yeah, this lane could get first blood, but really not until level 2, I feel. Let's see, though. Maybe you can run him down with
napalms. If you get like 4
napalms.
stacks on him, just with napalms and right clicks, it could do it. 1 stack.
There's not many stacks now. They're going to have to really wait for this.
Stacks.
Meanwhile, Alliance, they didn't ward the pole camp. It seems like they want NavI to go for the poles, expecting Kuroki to be there and then kill him, but he's not. That vision. The Havost sitting back, both. It's a tense moment. A first blood could very well decide this game. Such snowball-oriented lineups on both sides.
Mid lane here, Dendi dropping out a ton of harass with the side blades. Last hit, denies, and of course, a ton of harass. And now S4.
This is a very hard matchup for Puck. TA is going to have the better damage as you level up the refraction, and ultimately, S4 cannot kill a TA by himself unless he gets a big rune, and Dendi gets ganked, overextends hugely unless there's another hero in support. So Dendi's going to have an edge mid in the mid lane. That could be huge. They're trying to force this first blood top. It's not going to happen, though. Kuroki, in the end, will back off. Bottom lane, Havost on the run, gets pulled into a tether.
Oh, no.
He's channeling a stun, but he's been locked in position. Dropping fast, not dead yet. Loda's low. Loda is gonna die.
Havos drops the first blood. Admiral Bulldog going for the kill right now. Tanner to break the trees. Tango up here by Havos. He's got a
EGM.
He's got a
EGM's low.
Charging
Ake's
of a
low.
sun.
Havos, is he really gonna do it? He might get
Going
two.
for the kill. Is he gonna get it? Havos. Yes, a double kill. My God. Havos is simply too damn good.
1v4. He finds 2. He does fall, but man, NavI, talk about a clutch play there. That is so huge. That could just win them the game. That one moment right there.
I'm shaking my head in disbelief.
They're tri-laning against an Alchemist. Alchemist is not good at the early levels. He's got 2 armor. He's got 700 HP. Just great juking. Now they're going again. Once more, they'll go for a Havos. The 1-second stun. The luck not with them. Another TP.
Magic stick, 4 charges. Can he get to the trees? He will. He's gonna be saved.
He's gonna live. They're still going for this. Bulldog taking the tower.
Got the jukes. So much jukes with trees being destroyed. One more stun. He's still juking to the right side. Tower. EGM slow. Can you get the kill on EGM? Oh my God.
He's got another tether here.
Acid spray. Gets the kill. Havos.
So they're quad laning bottom. Let's just call it what it is. It's a quad lane. That's 2 Bulldog TPs to the bottom lane. They have 4 heroes bottom, and he is leading 3-2. And meanwhile, Dendi's 1v1 mid. He's winning his lane handily, 11 and 10 already. And Funnick, free farm top lane. There's nobody here. Puppy, he's got the jungle to himself. He's just rubbing his palms together. Alliance is really shooting themselves in the foot, and Havost is putting them in a horrible position.
They gotta keep up the aggression right now. I mean, Hiroki is pretty much a free kill if you get that better than. So far they don't find it. Meanwhile, Havost just picking him items after items. The boots and speed pickup, as well as the magic pickup after his death was absolutely huge. It allowed him to survive long enough so that tower could do the rest. But let's quickly check out the mid lane. You were saying that Dendi was leading quite a bit, and look at the CS difference, 15 and 13.
He's crushing this lane. He's got 14 denies against the ranged hero. Look at the level disparity already. Dendi versus the Puck. He's a full level ahead. He's halfway to 6. S4, not even halfway to 5. And once that, there we go.
One more time on the bot lane. Havost down to about half HP. Pops a magic wand quite early. Drops the stun. Needs to get a lift. There's a lift. Defensive toss back. And NavI saves them once again.
Havost lives yet again. They keep on trying to find kills. When you run an aggressive tri-lane Wisp, when you run an aggressive tri-lane in general, you need to get those kills. They were up against nothing but an Alk. It felt like it should have been easy, but Havost just outplayed them. Absolutely outplayed them. And now Alliance, it's still close in terms of gold experience. It's not out of reach by any means, but this lineup really does rely on getting ahead, and they're behind. NavI is looking so masterful right now.
NavI, you know when they're ahead, they definitely want to apply pressure, and the pressing question is, when is that pressure going to come? Is it going to come from Dendi? Is it going to come from Funnick? Or is it going to come from Enigma, from his pushes? As well, Jungle Havost says, alright, I had it all on the bot lane. I'm rotating, I'm ganking Havost?
He does have 2 CS. I guess that's the one good piece of news, but that's about it, Luby. And it's not a 4 protect 1. They have Dendi mid on TA. They have plenty of other damage, so they don't need Havost to be the hard carry. Simply dropping acid spray, throwing out stuns, Dendi can carry this game. He's going for the phase boots. He's got his magic wand coming soon. And with this kind of start, 26 and 17, they need to gank him, but their lineup isn't that good at ganking TA. The refraction charges are going to be a real pain for them to deal with.
The Crystal Maiden's Frostbite is going to be their best spell to get that gank off, but she is so slow that if she makes a gank at TA kills her. So yeah, I think Alliance is definitely out of options. Now, we've seen Alliance in this position in the past, where early game they struggle, but mid game they always come back, and it's going to be on the back of an S4 Puck. I have absolute confidence that we're going to see a lot more better fights out of S4.
But he's losing his lane. He's 19 and 3. Dendi's 29 and 18.
Lane's overrated. S4's S4.
He is really losing his lane, though. This is going to be tough for him. Not yet level 6. Nowhere near a blink. He can't even get the runes because Havost is denying him at every corner. More things going NavI's way. Funnick, level 6 as well. He's got 900 gold. Once he gets a blink, you look at Alliance and let's look at these heroes. Ake, no Ogre Club for him, no Tranquil Boots, sitting with 500 HP. The Wisp, nothing.
They want Loda. Loda's gonna get lifted, he's gonna get tossed back. We're gonna see a stun to the face. Malefice on top as well. And Loda being left low, 4 seconds stun, trying to get the kill. He's not gonna do it. Oh, Havost! Oh, nice pickoff by Alliance. Nice pickoff.
Great pick up by them, but Loda dies as a Chaos Knight. This hero does not flash farm. This hero does not really catch up from farm. So dying there, a huge loss nonetheless. Havost falls, but Dendi's still farming. Funnick's still farming. Puppy's still farming. And we're so used to when Alliance is winning, Loda gets off to a hot start and never looks back. He's being shut down right now. 30 and 8, but his net worth is underwhelming.
They want Funnick. Funnick gets relocated back here, and Funnick just melts in the pressure. Can he make it out alive? Magic's no.
Big kill for the Alliance. All of a sudden, EGM's level 5. He's close to level 6. That was an off-lane bat who was level 7. I mean, getting that, the gold is nice, but the experience, the big thing there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did not have a magic stick or a point into his flame break, so he basically had no defense mechanism against that.
Going in on S4. He's not killing him, but again, continuing to zone him off the lane, winning in terms of farm. He's prepping with the traps. S4, got to be careful here.
Have we ever seen S4 be this pressure in a true 1v1? There's no polling, there's no ganks, it's just standing straight up 1v1ing and outplaying S4.
It's the matchup. Yeah. I mean, TA really does crush Puck 1v1. You have no way to remove refraction, you don't have as much damage as the TA, and he's not getting ganked. So without that, I mean, they'll need the Wisp, they'll need the Prophet to get involved to catch up.
Also out trying to push the lane back. Then he's going to blind check top here. Hopefully he finds himself a rune, and it's going to be a bot lane. Of course, Puppy's already on top of that.
Oh, well, watch out. Puppy's on the hunt.
Traps.
There's a lot of traps here. S4 heading down the river. He gets Malphus done. Black hole as well! And S4 will fall. Another kill for NavI.
Oh my goodness, every single lane being decimated by NavI. Are we gonna see a two-time champion?
It's a little early yet, Lumi. It's close, though. Leading in terms of gold, leading in terms of experience. Alliance will need to dig deep here. It's a triple gauntlet build from EGM. Pure tank. He wants to live through the burst. He knows it's coming. And now with Black Hole down, they do have Phantasm here on Loda. They will have Relocate soon. Alliance, they'll need to rely on ganks to get back in this game, because when it comes to farm, Boast will get Greevil's Breed very soon, I imagine, and he'll start catching up. The rest of them are out farming Alliance right now.
Yeah, we have seen how Alliance snowballs. They were behind before. Keep in mind last game, after 1-5 wipe, they just win the game off that. So Alliance definitely very much so still in the game. EGM gotta get to level 6 though, so he needs to turn back to the jungle. Jungle with the Crystal Maiden and hit that 6.
The first tower for the Alliance falls top. The tier 1 is down. And now they can go back, continue to pull, get that Wisp a level 6 and go for some ganks. They'll have a Bulldog Midas, so that tower pretty important in that regard. Still though, it does feel like NavI were very comfortable giving that up. Did not force the defense. They're waiting on some next items. Bunnick, his Blink Dagger coming soon. Puppy, Mech not too far off. He's about 1,200 gold away. Dendy close to his next item. And I think this is a BKB game to me. We'll see what Dendy wants to go for, but here we go. Relocate on Havos, trapped in position. This time does he get out? Not that easy. Alliance strikes back with a vengeance. 5-5 and a much needed kill. They continue to shut this out down.
A momentary lapse in Havos' judgment. Does not see Havos turn level 6, and that was an instant game.
EGM just hit level 6 there. Very quick relocate. Now we'll go for an Urn. And hey, Loda, no time wasted farming. Chaos Knight's not a great farmer, but when you have Wisp, you spend less time on the ganks.
When you're participating in those kills and you get those kills, yeah, it helped you farm quite a bit. Meanwhile, Kuroki is level 6 as well, so we saw a game where last time he did not get anything done because he was getting paid off. This game, he's got a quick level 6, and what are some of the good spells that you can steal this game?
I think that's the biggest thing to point out is, sure, Habost is getting shut down, but to me, NavI and Alliance both are winning when their supports have the hot start. And right now, Puppy's level 8, Kuroki's level 6, they're both having a hot start. I think after the Arcane Moods, well, Kuroki maybe just tank up a little bit, get your Magic Wand, work towards your Blink Dagger. Puppy will go Mech, and once they get that next level of items, finding pickoffs gets really easy for
I mean, Kuroki could tank up or he could get a Blink, and I'm more leaning towards a Blink.
We'll see. He's got a lot of options here. He'll wait. He'll bide his time. There are other heroes to initiate as well. There's Funnick to jump in first. There's nothing that big to steal an Alliance. Maybe Dreamcoil or Silence, but I think the big thing is just to stay alive and find a good jump. 5 heroes mid for NavI. They love to fight early. They love to fight constantly, and they're hunting S4. There's a Blink, a Lasso as well. Locked in place, and just look at him melt!
Oh, Aki, you're in the wrong neighborhood. One more trap's gonna give Malphus on top. They're backing off because there's a huge backstab from Loda. Oh, EGM's gonna get. Oh, there's the kill. And now Loda in huge trouble. Can they have trap? Can they have stun? Meanwhile, Loda somehow finds a double kill. The stun comes out. Aki,
back into the fight.
But the 2-second stun. Aki still alive. Kuroki on the backline trying to get the right row. The zap from Kuroki. They're not done just yet. Dandy trying to get the Mel Strike. He finds it. Kuroki.
Dandy! Dandy! Out of his mind right now. In comes S4. There's a stun from Amos with his dying weapon. Dandy, though, will fall. And immediately the Alliance replies. But they do buy back on Loda. A costly defense for them.
Oh my goodness, I thought he was gonna Mel Strike dodge that stun, but of course there was a Sentry Ward down, so Alliance getting some critical kills. Tier 1 tower under siege right now. Funnick shift Q on the Blink, but they are not done defending this.
There's no lasso here. The orb was stolen. It'll live.
Kuroki!
What a play! He's caught S4! S4 orbing out, still alive. Even better, he replies. Still standing strong. Funnick, one more hit. Not enough. He will not die. 2 dead for NavI. And S4 is really playing with fire here. How does he live? How does he live?
All these frequent team fights, very hard to judge who's actually ahead. You want to take a stab at it, LD?
It's so close. I don't think there's a clear advantage. It comes down to the next level of fights. It comes down to the next items. Dead even, both teams going blow for blow. Who's going to win the bigger fights, though? I think the one thing to consider, Na'Vi, very close to key items. Mech on Puppey coming very soon. They've got Black Hole. We didn't see it in that last fight. And then you look at some of these other heroes. Havost is very poor, but Dendy's working towards the BKB. So looking at the items for Na'Vi, I'd say they've got the items to fight now, whereas Alliance, they're more focused on farming, and the items that they need are going to take longer. You have a lot of gold on Bulldog, and it's going into a Shadow Blade. So Na'Vi continue to fight with those items, they're ahead. If they don't, then Alliance could easily come back.
And like you said, Na'Vi definitely looking to fight right now, because once the mech is up on Puppey, we saw how close that team fight was in the middle. That is a 250 HP heal, that's a ton of armor per activation, so I think Na'Vi can take an engagement. They gotta focus down on this tier 1 tower though, because that will open their gank path by quite a bit.
And there's your mech on Puppey. That's a big item to pick up. He's actually your lead farmer in terms of CS. Of course, Network won't be going his way. A lot of them are jungle creeps, but here we go. Havost in the front lines. I even need to say that. He's always in the front lines.
He shouldn't be leading the front line because there's no stun on him.
Can't really get the jump. Ideally, it's Funnick, so Smoke ain't gonna fail. That's 5 heroes wasting their time. Meanwhile, Aki and S4. Puppey's gonna find a mid, but is it Puppey who gets caught or mid? But S4 just walked into a gank party. Here's your relocate. Here we go.
Black Hole's ready to go. The Kuroki's trapping low. Oh my god, hit so hard. Both trying to find a kill. Meanwhile, Dendy trying to focus on S4. S4 dies again. The relocate goes back out. Lotus says, where's my bus home? Where's the bus? Because Dendy is dropping big fail strikes.
And Na'Vi are pulling away with this game. Bulldog caught. Bulldog will fall. Triple kill for Dendy.
Dendy looking for more. He got Maelstrike funding. Oh, what a tether away by EGM, but the trap will hit. No, he will not. EGM will survive.
If Na'Vi win this game, they will be the first team in the history of Dota 2 to win 2 internationals. There's only been 2 winners. Na'Vi could be the team that takes 2 in a row. Well, not 2 in a row, but 2 total. It's looking closer and closer. They're starting to snowball. They've got more pickoff potential. Alliance, they desperately need their next items. Lotus BKB, the blink for S4, the buyback crushing him. And you look at the gold earned, forget this, because with the buybacks, it's a lot worse. With the heroes they have, they need more gold. Alliance, the giants from the north, from Sweden, are in a lot of trouble.
Because Loda, like you said earlier, really used to having a ton of farm. He's on a hero that can't farm that well. But picking out Loda, they're saying, man, he's only got a drums. He really needs his BKB as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, Dendy's got one. There's nothing to stop him. There is not a single ability that can hold him in place. They can slow him down. If he gets off the BKB, all Alliance can do is head for the hills. That is it.
The only thing they have, and this is kind of like a really stretching out there, as a ground targeted Sprout. If you could Sprout Dendy within the BKB,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Blink to get up. Now with that said, you have things like Midnight Pulse, you have things like Firefly, those will easily break the tree, so I don't count on that one being effective.
Sorry, I just noticed that
with
Dire's
the
bottom
BKB,
tower
he
is
doesn't have to fight now, he can continue to farm. And Na'Vi are going to push the bottom lane. The tier 1 bottom trying to trade for the tier 2 top, but Alliance, normally on top of these trades, seems like they're going to be on the losing side. Na'Vi, tier 1 will fall, and if they want to defend top, they most likely can. The tier 1 falls, Na'Vi inching closer, not there yet. No relocates,
under
but
attack.
We'll see. There's always the threat, right, of Alliance having a big relocate gank, picking Na'Vi off 1 by 1, and rolling from there. So Na'Vi are doing the right thing. Not overextending, not forcing it, playing, keep ahead. They're not afraid to fight, but they'll take their fights selectively.
Alliance may be angling for Sean Snipe here, but...
Oh, Denny's already on the ball. Traps at the pit. You ain't gonna pull a fast one on him.
About having Alliance having ability gank, I really think they need to reserve their relocate and do counter ganks because Navi's definitely quite far ahead. Perhaps they will be a little bit over aggressive, and if you have a good relocate on top, you can take advantage of Na'Vi's over aggression. But that predicates on Na'Vi making a mistake, and so far they're looking pretty good.
Middle tower
Another tower falls. The Alliance, they just kept on rolling in game 4. But now it's Na'Vi who take yet another tower, feeling confident to force fights. When you're up against a superior 5-man, you normally want to gank or split push, but Alliance not going for the ganks, not really split pushing that quickly yet. Bulldog working towards a Shadow Blade. but will he be able to get them creeps going their way? Loda wants to go bottom, and all of a sudden, that Havos that had 2
Dire's
creeps
middle
at like
tower
8 minutes,
is
look at
under
him now.
attack.
He's got a Shadow Blade,
I feel
only
like
1
a
point in
broken
Greeble's
record.
greed. He's catching up. Alk, one of the best in the business for that.
Then they continue to farm on the top lane, 1,300 gold in the bank. I imagine it's gotta be a Blink Dagger, one of Dendi's favorite items, and to be honest, a really, really good item in this game. If you could blink on the back line and focus on EGM or focus on Aki, they just melt in like 2 hits.
Dendi can go in 1v5 and make this with the BKB and Blink and make this a 5v3 instantly by himself. They actually can't kill him before he does it. And here we go. Alliance going for Roche, but they're gonna back off. It's very tense here. A terrible fight at Roche is probably GG for NavI. Alliance are not ready to take that risk yet. There's so much at stake for these teams. So much in NavI. They might even go for it. Remember, they've got Acid Spray Max. They've got Meld, and they've got the
Dire's
vision
middle
superiority
tower
with
is under
Firefly.
attack.
So I think NavI can just take this. Alliance are going to have to fight. No Blink on S4, no Aegis shenanigans easily available. It comes down to a relocate gank. It comes down to vision. Will they get it? Trance into the pit. NavI bringing down Roche pass. S4 prepping to jump. Firefly's there from Funnick. Not going to let him go in easy. Relocate's there. Black hole!
Loda gets caught here. Where's the physical damage? There's nothing. The Black Hole gets canceled. Where is Dendi? Puppy's dropping low. Puppy's dead. But S4 is dead now. 2-man sprawl on top. Loda still whacking everybody away.
Dendi is still alive. They can't stop him. EGM in a whole world of trouble. He's gonna live. But the way lies open. Bulldog TP's in.
KTP with buyback. CK's here.
Dendi, get out of there.
He wants to fight. He wants to fight.
There's no...
Radiant's bottom
There's no
tower
Yeah, no, he
is
came
under
by his
attack.
lonesome.
Oh, trying to get out to left. The sun's gonna hit. Oh my God!
Jams
He
it in.
explodes.
Blows him up, and now Roshan. How do they fight it? They've used so much to contest this Roche. The buyback on Wisp, the buyback on CK. Now Funnick wants to go again. Firefly's up. Loda, EGM. If they die again, they've got no buyback. Dendi muscling forward. Will it matter though? Dendi's here, and Dendi is ready to fight. Roche dropping fast. He's not in the pit. Alliance hanging on.
Oh, Ake trying to
It
do
would
something here.
appear
Bulls dropping low.
Radiant's
Ake's gonna
tower
drop
is
as well.
under attack.
And Dendi, he's doing way too much. Nobody's actually focusing him. Dendi perhaps trying to right click on Loda. Down to about half HP backline here. Admiral Bulldog getting focused. Meanwhile, Dendi is just cleaning house. EGM comes on the right side, trying to help this out. Like Hiroki gets picked up. Flamebreaker on 3. Funnick's trying to survive. Sprout giving vision. And Admiral Bulldog trying to get a kill on Funnick. Firefly on the low ground. He's gonna be fine. He will have a Blink Dagger up very, very soon.
Still
Radiant's
Roshan
top
stands.
tower
This
is
time,
under attack.
Dendi wants to go in. While that's
Not
happening,
in
Batrider's back to the pit. It's low. There's no black hole. Is there a way to steal this? S4 looking to leave. Roche is low. Can he grab it in time? Dendi backs off. BKB's up. On the backside, Funnick falls. But EGM will as well. And now, Roshan just with a sliver of HP. If Dendi gets this, if he gets this, they might not be able to stop him.
TP back in here, and he bashes. There's a stun on Dendi. Dendi's dropping low. Roshan!
S4 picks up the Aegis. Alliance is still in game 5.
Back in the mid lane, Loda looking for a chase. Puppy barely gets away. Kuroki barely gets away. 22-19, and Dendi just dropped a beyond godlike streak to S4.
Bold, heading Alliance's way. Experience, heading Alliance's way. Is this the makings of one of the biggest comebacks, hell, perhaps the biggest in the history of Dota? On this stage, in this moment, can they find a way? S4, he got the Aegis, he got his Blink, and now he's moving through the jungle. Kuroki stealing the orb, the Waning Rift actually, and backing off. Bulldog up to 2.7k gold. Loda, BKB, not that far off. And with no Aegis, can NavI keep on snowballing? There is 3k gold on Dendi. Havos, no item progression at all. Puppy, no BKB. Kuroki, no Blink Dagger, and no Force Staff on Funnick. It seems like Alliance may, just may, have started to turn the tides.
You have to keep playing on perfect until the game ends, because I believe that NavI has a better lineup walking into this matchup, because once Puppy gets his BKB, what is the answer to him? There is no answer.
The only answer is to avoid Black Hole or catch him
That
an
is not a
instant
good answer
tether
to
stun
avoid
and
Black
Reality
Hole.
Rift. That's
Yeah,
about it.
that's
Maybe
tough.
a Scythe. Puppy, sure he's got Black Hole, but Alliance do have the superior split push, and we've seen them win so many games at at this very event using that style. Bulldog on his Prophet. Once upon a time, Lone Druid was his go-to hero, but nowadays, it seems Prophet just might be it. In comes Funix, scouting out through the river. He's Fireflied up, looking to lead. He could go on Bulldog. Bulldog, though, Shadow Blade up and backing off. NavI always wanting to fight. They're going to force one again. Meanwhile, Wisp CK grouped up top. Loda, he's got a BKB recipe now. All he needs is a Mithril Hammer. 1,500 gold, and then he may be able to take some big fights for Alliance.
This is a very important push for NavI. They gotta keep in mind that there is gonna be a relocate coming. Any second they're gonna waste on the bot lane, not getting a tower, is Loda farming up top. So they gotta make it quick. If ganking, make it quick. If they're pushing, make it quick. If not, just back off.
For now, Alliance, as long as they're not getting picked off, Loda is farming, Bulldog is farming, S4 is alive for now and clearing the wave. So they're farming a little bit more than NavI. The gold is dipping their way. It's kind of plateaued for now. Remember though, they've used a lot more buybacks, and S4 getting towards this next item now. He's already got his blink now. We'll see what he works towards. A lot of options available for him. What are you thinking, Lumi? Is this a Scythe of Ice game?
Scythe of Ice is always your go-to option. I don't see anything that could be useful. Things like Force Staff, for example, or things like Yule Scepter, they are just not that useful. Maybe if you truly are afraid of Dendi, you'll go Scepter for yourself. But I think if you want to win this game, maybe you have to go late, and Scythe of Ice is the best option.
Scythe of Ice is also a play-to-win kind of item. You get a Ghost Scepter, that's a play not to lose, and it feels like if you're just trying not to lose against NavI, they're going to punish you for that, they're going to force fights, and sure, you run, but you're not killing anyone, you're not dealing with Puppey. I agree, I lean towards the Scythe here. Now they're pushing bottom, the tower will fall. Alliance, still in this game, 24 minutes in. That Roche fight could have sealed their fate, but somehow, some way, using that dire advantage, they found a way. They're hanging on, and now NavI, such a fast start. Can they keep it up? Can they push the final mile, the last leg of their journey, and take home the trophy?
Yeah, Alliance perhaps had some thing going their way with that Roshan. It was bashing Dendi non-stop, but you know that's how the cookie comes. We see S4 securing that Aegis. Top tower is going to go to NavI as well.
NavI strikes back. They take a tier 1 top, one step closer. The towers are starting to fall in a big way. The territory for both teams that they safely control shrinks, and soon we may have a decisive clash. Dendi up to 2.3k gold. Daedalus will be his next destination. It's coming soon. For now, he saves for buyback, but only for now. And keep an eye on him. By himself, even if Loda uses Phantasm, so well-placed Sideblades can blow him up. But Loda will get the biggest item for now. It's his BKB. And now, if anyone for NavI tries to fight on their own, a relocate BKB gank, there is no way to deal with it.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Not receiving any response just yet. They do see a TP away from the top lane. Havos has TP away. It's time to run. You cannot fight without Havos. BKB gets activated by Loda.
For celebration?
Thought they were going to relocate, I guess. I heard the BKB and I thought he was coming in, so...
trying to run.
Dire's top tower is being attacked
Dire
like
gets the tier 2, not denied by NavI. That's a 10-second BKB charge. I believe NavI did see it. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, those BKB charges matter. Sure, there's Black Hole, there's Lasso, there's physical damage from Dendi, but there's a lot of other stuns. Now Havos, a BKB of his own. It seems like NavI have said if we get enough BKBs, there is nothing the Alliance can do to stop us.
I do definitely believe that Alliance is right now split pushing a bit better, simply because they have the ability to locate and join in. If S4, for example, ever got in trouble on that bot lane, so he was able to get a tier 2 tower. And I think NavI don't really want to fight until the Aegis runs out. And guess what? Aegis down about 24 seconds, sorry.
Trap detonated mid. Gem picked up by a Rubik for Kuroki. BKB for Puppey. This next Roche class will be hotly contested by both teams. For Alliance, they're going to have some big items of their own. S4 might manage to farm a Scythe of Ice. Bulldog will have his, and Alliance will have their shots on this next clash.
I just want to comment on how well Dendi's been map control his team. If you look at the mini map, all those green dots are just NavI's traps all over the place. It's scouting Roshan, it's scouting the mid lane. Really helps you know where that Wisp is to see if the is coming. Also, it helps your bat to find those ganks, and so far, he's not going to see anyone just yet.
if it goes on like this, you have to look at Alliance and say, some of these heroes aren't necessarily that useful in a fight late game. Like, they always have the better split push, and we know that. But in a fight, Crystal Maiden, once Navi have mass BKB, she's not going to do anything. Wisp, sure, a fantastic hero to buff up your carry, but if the enemy team is mass BKBs and you're not stunning them, then, well, she's just dying to the mass burst damage of Navi. Even a Nature's Prophet, faster farmer than anyone on Navi's side, but doesn't use the items as well in the clashes. S4, Puck, weak against BKBs, reliant on the Scythe. Navi, it seems like their heroes will use the farm a bit better, and right now, the farm is still their way. Now a Daedalus, and now we can really say Opedendi. Now he's gonna hurt.
It also depends on how these team fights are going. BKB's nice for that 10-second duration or 9-second duration. If the team fight goes longer than that, and we definitely saw team fights, Shampe going way longer than that. That Crystal Maiden suddenly frostbite, but S4, talk about that later. Trying to blink out, he will make it out alive, and he'll jump to the right side as well. S4 says, not today, not today.
Too fast for now. Now a Scythe picked up on your Admiral Bulldog, Nature's Prophet.
That's huge.
And by the way, he's very close to buyback if he doesn't already have it. In fact, he does. Reliable gold 1100, really managing his economy wisely. So Navi, they've got a gem, they've got a BKB Daedalus on Dendi, 4-staff blink on the back. They've got all these items to fight now. Mass BKBs as well. Do they fight? Should they fight?
BKB Black Hole, Alliance have to tread carefully. The only thing they have to go against it is an instant stun coming out from a Reality Rift tether stun, so your Wisp and CK's relocate have to be on top. Here we go.
Dire's bottom
So they're
tower
forcing the
is
tier 2
under
bottom, and they're
attack.
doing it shortly before Roshan respawns. There's only a few minutes to go. 1.5 to 2 at most. And that means that Alliance will have a harder time contesting this. So instead Alliance says, we don't want to fight against your 5-man. We're going to rely on our split push. The tier 2 bottom falls. Navi yet another tower for them. 2 remaining for both teams, but S4, he's on the prowl. Host maybe in trouble. Habost is going to head the other way. Did spot him in his daytime and jukes out.
Yeah, when the entire Navi team TPs out like that, anybody that S4 could find is an instant easy kill. We have Wisp as well as Loda coming back in, so you can see how Wisp really is turning the, kind of adding a whole bunch of extra elements in this game.
Absolutely. Now Funnick in the jungle, continuing to farm, but here they go. They spotted him out. He's caught. He will be picked off.
Guys, in my presence.
Great movement around the map. Alliance, these wards are just every single ward. They had so many earlier, now they've only got one, but this is what when you run Wisp, you don't just pick Wisp and say, okay, we win, Wisp is a good hero, she's too strong. But you run Wisp and you have wards to back it up, you have other gankers to back it up, you move in a way that supports the Wisp, and now, well, they might catch this for. Oh, he's in trouble.
The stun phase,
What a player! What a friggin' player! But Dendi's on the hunt. He's not giving up that easy. No, he'll back off. Man, by the way, he had no idea that was coming. No vision, no wards to speak of. That was pure reactions from S4. He saw the stun coming and he hit that phase shift key. And it might sound easy, but trust me, it's not.
That earlier kill in the jungle for a Bat Rider, that's actually a huge deal, Navi, because, I mean, if you can't farm your jungle as one of your most survivable hero, a Bat Rider with Blink Staff, that's an issue, because where do you find? You have to farm as 3 or 4, and credit to, again, Lions not taking really kind of bad fights. If you look at the experience graph, it's dipped down to 0 at this point. And if there's nothing really happening, Alliance's lineup with Wisp, they could find a more efficient farm. Navi's gonna try to take Roshan once again, but they got burned there last time.
Remember, Puppy does have that BKB, but always the Scythe could pose trouble for him, and he's on the high ground. He's in a very bold move. Roche dropping fed. No reaction from Alliance, so they just give this up. They're still not committing. Now, they found S4. He's the key to their success in these fights, and he does die. He's got a buyback, but it's too late. Roche is dead. Puppy moving forward. Aegis to Navi, and now it's time to see what they're really made of. They're pushing in mid, and they may just force the high ground.
Split push coming in from Admiral Bulldog trying to pressure top.
I don't know if it's fast enough.
Tier 2's gonna drop the lane very quickly. I think Navi, they want to go high ground. They see the victory. They need to claim it. 33 seconds. If they can force out a buyback from Puck, that's actually there's a buyback. Here you go.
Do they back? They're sneaking around mid. They really want to fight. They're going to stay on the high ground. They pop the mech. There's their trap deployed. Meanwhile, The Alliance pushing the top lane, pushing the bottom lane, but the tier 3 mid falls. NavI going for the mid rack, dropping it fast. Alliance, no sign of wanting to defend. S4 is here. Ake baits out a stun. NavI not finishing the racks yet, but they've lifted S4. He just bought back. If he dies, that could be game. Blinks away. They take the rack.
All TP quick right now. S4 is going to try to cancel as many as possible. He'll cancel 3. My God. Funnick's going to try to TP, but he's going to defend against everybody. Meanwhile, Loda working on the melee racks on the bot. Reality Rift. Oh, Funnick, you're getting stopped hard. He's going to get back out, but the racks in huge trouble. They will defend. They will
Alliance outmaneuvering NavI! Have almost taken 2 lanes of
Loda, come back
That's
in.
2. That's Kuroki. He's dead. Kuroki's down. Loda, Alliance, the
Top
kings
lane,
in the
Emma
north.
pull the hex of Funnick. Funnick's going to go down as well. Oh my God, Alliance.
They're doing it! The Alliance is doing it! 2 lanes of Rex. It's so hard to come back now. NavI, they've got an agent.
We'll see Loda. Can you drop that stun? Oh, it's BKB! TP! Oh my God! EGM's gonna try to TP as well. We need a Malefice. We will get a Malefice.
NavI not 100% out yet, but they're up against Profit. They're up against Relocate. They're down to racks. The gold, the experience, so even. It comes down to buybacks. It comes down to who pushes faster. You look at the buybacks. Everyone's got one except for S4. He's still dead. He won't have a sight. Man, Lumi, what a play. 3 hero dream coil. Wins in 2 lanes of racks. Without that, they lose a racks and they don't get one. This racks, the tier 3 had just fallen. The racks was still at full HP. The bottom racks was sitting at 3/4. S4, despite getting completely crushed mid lane, is showing why he's respected as one of the very best, if not the best solo mids in the world. Not necessarily for winning his lane, but for his mid-game decision making.
It was amazing pressure being played on the both side lanes by Alliance. It forces a quick rotation from NavI, and I think NavI perhaps they panic a little bit. They're saying we need to defend our base, and they TP right in front of the Alliance base, and of course they got Dream Coil cancelled, so the NavI cannot make any more mistake this game. Havos invis on the mid lane. He says, can we get something going?
They're going on Loda now.
Oh,
Loda.
no BKB this time.
He's dropping fast. There's a black hole from Ruby. No, there's not. It's on cooldown. Unable to use it. Loda low. Armlet toggling on. He's still got BKB. He's baiting this with buyback. EGM's low. EGM not dead yet. Loda standing strong. And Blake's Funnick caught by the tether stun. He might end up being in trouble. EGM running, but will get caught. Loda as well. Do NavI go throne? Do they do it right now? Is it all in?
They don't have enough time to throw him right now. Keep him in that Admiral Bulldog pressuring in the bot lane as well. NavI, I think they have to back off. No, they said we want to go in. Havos, no BKB. Nice skill set for blocking the stun, but he gets left in. EGM, oh no, Akin, you draw. What a grid!
Dandy unloads, but it's Bulldog going for the throne. There's no glyph. They must defend.
Oh, S4 is going to try to jaunt to the right side. He won't make it there, but again, Bulldog trying to get the racks. Puppy's here. He's got to drop Malefice, but he has to respect the hex as well. Admiral Bulldog could just hex him and kill him.
EGM, he's still alive. He's baiting them all. Still working on tier 4 towers. Alliance losing 2, but they get 1. Gem hits the deck. Still, the creep's pushing in. The base might soon fall. It's coming down to the wire. Bulldog, cat and mouse with Puppy. The tier 4's in jeopardy. NavI running out of options. It's a Necro 3. It's all in on the push.
Oh my God, Rax is going to go down. We're going to see a TP from Dendi, and that will drive Admiral Bulldog
fallen.
of the base. Meanwhile, you see Havos still trying to run every buyback being spent on both sides.
But look at the damage he did. That's the last tier 4. The way to the throne is now open.
Middle tower has fallen.
Admiral Bulldog, Alliance, they find a pickoff as well. They found a both. He BKBs. Does he get out in time? No crits. No crits. He will live. So NavI, they're out of options here. They gotta force a fight and take racks very soon. They're not gonna win in a war of split push.
Do something.
They are not going to win in a war of attrition because you have Relocate, you have Profit TP.
Oh, look at it, look at it. Boots of Travel on Puppy. He's got BKB, he's got Blink, he's got Black Hole.
There's no way you're going to break 2 tier 4 towers before they break the throne because there's just no damage output from NavI.
they've got a lot of damage, but things like Meld don't help you against towers. There's no Desolator on this team. You can't crit on structures. They're not the best lineup to push the base. Alliance, fantastic pushing lineup. Now they're relaxing. They're sitting back. They know the next Roche is coming in a few minutes. Pressure's on NavI. For Alliance, farm your buybacks, wait for the next Roche. If you take the next Roche, you pretty much can just throw bodies at the throne and win the game via that.
Keep in mind that also if you take the Roshan, that will give the Radiant, they have the glyph already available, so I think perhaps they're trying to angle for a bait. Meanwhile, you see Puppey smoked up in the base. He has a breach of travel. He's looking to join his allies, but it has to be a clean sweep. If you leave Admiral Bulldog,
Meanwhile, slow, steady siege, 2 TPs drawn back. This throw.
Oh, one micro! Kills the gem, a little bit of extra gold.
Was there anything? Was there
courier.
nothing on that
It was
courier?
going to
The
stream
Weasel
shot.
Crow falls. There was nothing on it, but it's just gold, and it's a courier they don't have.
Silence.
By the way, I do want to point out, Admiral Bulldog bought that Necro 3 from the enemy fountain, so that's some next level stuff. All the little things right now, they matter so much. They're magnified in the big spotlight, in the moment. NavI, backs against the wall. If they can win this game, then they really deserve the title of champions. But right now, Alliance have battled back. It looked to be Navi's game, and yet here they stand. It's not about the kills. It's not about the gold. It's about the throne. And right now, Navi's throne exposed. Alliance is standing strong. Tier 4's up, Glyph is up, and the throne at full HP.
I think what Admiral Bulldog's going for with his ultimate orb is going to be a Manta style. Just have as many things as you can to
Split
throw.
push as quickly as possible.
Throw at the throne, throw your Necropros, throw your Manta Illusion, make sure in that one final push that Alliance is going to try to win with. They will try to surround the throne from all sides and siege. But
$2 million hangs in the balance. 1.4 million and then some to the winner. Only 600,000 to the loser. Nobody will settle for second place. Who's gonna claim it? Who's gonna rip it away? We're still waiting. And once this Roche comes, I think we're gonna see it decided. Because if Alliance gets that, NavI have to know the chances of a comeback get virtually impossible.
also, Navi's definitely running out of resources. There's no Smoke of the Seed available in their shop. Meanwhile, Alliance has 2. So there's a lot of options for Alliance in terms of how they want to angle this. They could take the Roshan, they could force a 5-man team fight in the enemy base. Keep in mind that when you have buyback, you could buyback and relocate in. So if you add buybacks, if you add Aegis, and if you add relocate, and if you add teleport buybacks, that's like 9-10 lives that NavI has to deal with. Do they have enough?
Alliance, like you said, they should have the strategic advantage in a throne race, in a base race. 2 lanes broken down, tier 4's the fall. But if you're a NavI fan, you must believe in miracles now. You can't count them out yet. They've been in these incredible situations before. Can they find a way? Loda now, DD. This is very important in a base race. He's going bottom lane. He's got his Phantasm maxed out now. There's a glyph on NavI. They've all got TPs. We also should keep an eye on that to make sure.
Buybacks.
Everyone with TPs. Right now for Alliance, they don't have that many, but they've got all the TP abilities. Teleportation, relocate is there.
You also have to keep track of buyback. Volza's got 1, we have 1 on Rubik and 1 on Dendi. That's all of Navi's buybacks.
NavI, they felt like they had this game in their grasp. You could sense it. They were confident. They pushed in.
If he gets caught here, they see him. They know where he is.
Steps there? No, they don't. No wards. Gem out of range. Speaking of which, Gem's another important resource. And right now, there is a gem on the side of both teams. S4 carrying run, and I believe it is Funnick the other.
Speaking of future travel as well, that's definitely the item that you want in this stage of the game.
And up in 30 seconds. The clock's ticking right now. NavI, they know they have to fight Roche, and they also know Bulldog's going to come straight for the throne. He's going to go for the jugular. He wants to chop them off at the knees and end this game. They know Loda can relocate in. If those TPs get canceled, if they get caught, they could lose without ever getting to fight. Will S4 be the hero? Will he play that role yet again? He's already been the hero thus far. Can he do it one more time?
You see that NavI is trying to gank 4 3-man parties, 4-man card parties. If they find a pickoff, they have more options to do with what they want to do. Not having Smoke of the Sea at this stage of the game is a huge deal because those ganks are going to be less efficient, it's going to be less reliable as well, but they are definitely pushing out the base. They also have to keep in mind that relocate gank is always an option for CK Wiz, but here comes a big push. down the top lane. I really don't think Alliance need to do this. They could just play it slow and go for the Roshan. And in fact,
And that's what
they
they're
turn
doing.
back.
They push it past the river as a group, then they back off. They've got the wards. They don't necessarily know that Na'Vi don't have smokes.
Treants, damage is damage. Can't let them in.
Every little bit. The throne, it does regen slowly, so it will gain back some HP. Dendy cleaving them through, he says, not today. Meanwhile, there are Eidolons at the pit, and that is worth noting is that they can boots of travel to those Eidolons. So in a throne race, Na'Vi have a much inferior option to try and TP around the map, but they do have some ability to move around the map. It's all these little things.
I think the best possibility of this is perhaps smoking in lane and start a fight there. And if Alliance decides to throw you to travel back.
Hard to say though, here we go. Could be a huge clash in the river.
Blink,
Blink, Malefice as well. He will get caught, he has buyback. It's a Crystal Maiden down, but the push comes top. It's a nice pick for Na'Vi. It's not enough to put this game in their grasp.
They can't roach. They don't have enough damage. They don't have enough time.
But
Cancel TP! He canceled the beat from B! B, he's not gonna be back in the
He's got
base!
BKB, but no boots of travel. Coil up.
Oh! Then these TP as well! They are in
Now on the
huge
Funix!
tempo!
Funix caught! Now if they go for the throne, it could be game! Funix down! Alliance are doing it! They need a little more! A boost to fall! Don't! It's Jeopardy! It's a glyph! It could be the last stand!
Dendy's back, he's gonna try to focus everybody, but there's so much stuff hitting on the
Glyph's
throne,
done.
there's no more glyph available! Down to about half HP! A quarter HP! Alliance surrounding from all sides!
BKB! They
gonna
want
do
this
it.
throne! They're gonna do it!
They're gonna
The
do
Kings
it!
in the north!
Alliance wins! They win TI3!
The Alliance just won $1.4 million. They are your International 3 champions. They have taken home the first ever International for the Swedes.